Hi YouTube family, it's Carol, Plain Vanilla Grandma, and amongst other things in this video, I have some book suggestions. Hi guys, it's Carol. Asthma. I don't have a cozy made yet. We can't get the sewing machine to work. I went to start on my cozy after Casey finished hers, and when I started to sew, it got kind of locked up, and there was a lot of thread tangled up in the bobbin thing. So I got the book out. It followed the directions to take all that apart to get all that thread out of there. Now we can't get it back together. I worked on it for 24 hours at least, off and on, you know. If we can't get it fixed here in a little bit, we know somebody who sews. We'll see if she can look at it. If she can't help us, then I think tomorrow I'll just call some quilting shops and see if there's anybody that can help me figure it out. Only me. But anyway, so instead of showing you how to do a cozy, we're just going to have a talk. I am reading a book. It's Miss Julia Knows a Thing or Two by Ann B. Ross. I love these books. They're at the library, they're shelved with mysteries, and there's only a mild mystery in there. It's nothing like murder or anything. Nothing gory or anything like that. It's Southern fiction, comedy, which I just love, innocent. This is book number 22 in the series. Let me tell you what Fanny Flagg said about it. Miss Julia is one of the most delightful characters to come along in years. Ann B. Ross has created what is sure to become a classic Southern comic novel. Hooray for Miss Julia! I could not have liked it more. Fanny Flagg, author of the all-girl fill-in station's last reunion. I'm going to tell you the beginning of this whole series. Stay with me because you're going to say, oh, that is ridiculous. But no, stay with me. Miss Julia, oh gosh, what was her husband's name? I can't remember. He's dead by the time he has passed away when the book starts. I can't remember what his name was. But anyway, Miss Julia and whatever his name was were people of some stature in their town. They were a respected couple. He owned a lot of property and some businesses. Was on some board in their church, you know, that kind of person. Then he died. I don't remember what happened to him, but heart attack or something. He died and left Miss Julia a widow with millions. Okay. Miss Julia, I'm guessing, is like my age. I'm 66. I think she's along in there somewhere. Oh, sorry, my nose always itches when I turn the camera on. Nona Grace says it's just nerves. Well, anyway, she never was able to have children, so she didn't have any children. But one day, shortly after her husband passed away, there was a knock on the door, and she opened it, and there was a young woman and a child, a boy, that was the spitting image of her husband. That was his mistress. Her sugar daddy died, so she had no more financial support, and she had this child that was obviously his. Now, this is where you're going to say, oh, that is too crazy. Miss Julia looks at that boy, and all she sees is the husband that she loved, and she takes them under her wing. That's through the whole book. It's Miss Julia. I wish I could remember their names. the woman, the boy, and Miss Julia has a maid. That would be Andy. Hang on. I have no idea where I was. But anyway, if you would like a good, innocent, sweet, hilarious, Southern story, start with Miss Julia. This is the 22nd book in the series. The first one, well, I could have had all this information ready for you. The first book in the series is Miss Julia Speaks Her Mind. These are delightful. These are just delightful books. And since I read Fannie Flagg's endorsement, if you guys don't know about Fannie Flagg, let me tell you what. She wrote Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. Fannie Flagg, I guess she was an actress. I don't really know. When I was a kid, I used to see her all the time on game shows. And she was so funny. I just loved her. Anyway, I have one of her books. I got it for 50 cents at a garage sale. This is Welcome to the World, Baby Girl. It was a great one, too. On the back, it says, a New York Times Notable Book of the Year. It's a comedy, and the story spans over 40 years, telling the life of this woman, Dina Nordstrom. She was America's most popular female newscaster, and Christian Science Monitor says you'd have to be a stone to read Welcome to the World, Baby Girl without laughing and crying. Another good book if you need something to read. And I've got a movie for you. I had suggested a movie to Life with Patty, probably 2 months ago, I guess. And she ordered it from Amazon, and this week she did a review. She loved it. The name of the movie is Anne of Green Gables, based on the book with the same title by Lucy Maud Montgomery. Do not see any version of Anne of Green Gables except the 1985 version starring Megan Follows. She plays Anne. She is Anne. The remakes, don't even go there. Watch the one with Megan Follows. It is a wonderful movie. If you haven't seen Anne of Green Gables, please watch that movie. It's innocent. I like innocent. I like clean. I like funny. And that's what it is. I'm going to suggest another another movie to Life with Patty called Sarah Plain and Tall. It was a Hallmark Hall of Fame movie. Excellent. Both those are based on books, children's books. So if you want to read something really good, read Anne of Green Gables. Now, that is a good book. Okay. Did I tell you that we got the machine apart and can't get it back together? I suggested some books. Oh, I was watching my friend Vivian Kimberlin. Her channel name is Vivian's Van Adventures. She lives in a van, her and her dog Sammy. She's a Navy veteran. Was married for years and years and years. Has children. Her husband left her. Is why she lives in a van. And delightful lady. I just love Vivian. She is a hoot. She is a hoot. Well, anyway, she likes to knit and crochet. Maybe not knit. Maybe she just crochets. Anyway, that's what she does, is she crochets. And she had made this beautiful shawl. And the yarn was absolutely gorgeous. And she showed it to us in a video this week, but she thought it wasn't perfect. So after she showed it to us, she took the whole thing apart. that is something my mother would have done. Anyway, and she was talking about the Amish have a belief. And when she started talking about it, I was excited. I'm sorry. This is crazy. Let me tell you about the Navajo. I'm from New Mexico. I did not ever live close to the Navajo Nation. It covers about 27,000 square miles up in just a little bit in lower Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico. The majority of it is in Arizona, but a good bit is in New Mexico, and that's the Navajo Reservation. The Navajo people number probably about 180,000. Oh, then they have been hit hard with the COVID virus. But anyway, the Navajo people are known for the rugs they weave and for their silver work with turquoise stones. I would give my left arm for some real Navajo Indian jewelry with turquoise in it. It is very valuable if it's the real silver kind, really made by a Navajo, not the kind that you can get at Dillard's, the real stuff. And the rugs are very valuable. The Navajo Nation has always raised sheep to get the wool, and they weave these rugs. Way back in the day, they would take their rugs to a trading post and trade them for groceries or things they needed. But now we know their value, and they are valuable. If you have an authentic Navajo rug, especially, and I don't know why this, but especially before 1950, if you have an authentic Navajo woven rug, they are worth thousands. Even the ones that they make today, which they still do the same way on a loom with wool from their sheep. Even the rugs today, depending on the size, are in the thousands. The most expensive Navajo rug ever sold at an auction was an antique, and it sold for $1,800,000. And it was just a rug, not a carpet. It was a rug. But anyway, authentic Navajo rugs are valued. Anyway, the Navajo people believe that perfection belongs to God. He is the only one who can create something perfect, and that humans can't reach that same level of perfection as God. And so when they create something, they put in on purpose a small imperfection because they're not God. And it may be so small that Anglos would not even know what it was. It may be a different colored bead. It may be a string of yarn, just a little, so there's an imperfection in there of some kind. Also, when they weave the rugs, their belief is that part of their spirit is woven into that rug. And so down at the border, they always leave a line, like sort of like a black line of yarn. They call that, I can't pronounce the Navajo word, but translated into English, it would mean spirit pathway. And that's to allow their spirit that's woven into the rug to exit and not be trapped. So, Vivian made this shawl. I thought it was beautiful. It wasn't perfect, so she took the whole thing apart. And she said that the Amish people believe that God is the only one who can create anything perfect. And so in their crafts and their handiwork, they always leave a little imperfection. When I heard of that, I thought, well, that's what the Navajos believe. And Vivian was saying she doesn't know if she could stand to leave a little imperfection in something that she made. That's how my mother was. It would have bugged her to death. Anyway, that's my Native American lesson for the day. Some good books for you to read. Honestly, Miss Julia, I love these books. If you know of any, I don't know why, I especially like Southern fiction. I guess because I live in the Southwest. If you know of any innocent, clean, humorous books, other than Fanny Flaggs and Ann B. Ross, way back at the beginning of my channel, probably like the second video, I recommended some books. I can't even think of the name. I will make a playlist and put books that I recommend in that playlist. I'll put the videos where I talk about them. If you don't know, if you click on the picture of Toby, my little dog, where it has Toby and Plain Vanilla Grandma, the next screen across the top, it will have videos, playlists, community, something else. If you click on playlist up there, it opens a screen where I have listed videos of mine that are I think are humorous. If you have not watched the video of my 1972 dream wedding, where in my mind I was Juliet, you need to watch it. I've got some videos, other people's videos that I would like to share that I really am impressed with. I've got a section on recipes that I've shown you in a video. I've got a section on living on Social Security. I don't know what else. But anyway, I will make a playlist of books that I suggest you read. Okay, guys. Phew. Casey and I are going to work on that machine. That machine will not defeat me. I am going to get it put back together one way or the other and get my cozies made. I have just wanted to sew for the last 2 days. At first I was helping my grandkids make theirs. Then I was helping Casey with hers, and then she got hers finished and it was going to be my turn. And that's when it got all in a mess. So I want to get to making my cozy. When I get it going, I'll make a video step by step how you make these cozies, because they are super simple. They are easy. If I could make one, anybody could, and I know I can make one. I made half of Casey's. We love them. After we saw Casey's, we just thought they were the coolest thing since sliced bread. And I want to make 2 to send to my son in Seattle for him and his girlfriend. I want to make one for my son and daughter-in-law here, Rhett and Taylor's parents. Rhett and Taylor may sew it. I don't know. If they don't want to sew it, I will. And I want to make one for my daughter, Becky, that lives here. Casey's got hers. I don't have the list in front of me, but I was thinking the other day, I have 12 family members that I want to make these for. And Casey wants to make a set for her dad and her stepmom. So that will keep us busy, and with all the fabric we can afford to go buy for months. Somebody asked me if they could order one. It depends. After I have to get those made for people that we want to give them to. And if I do that, I would, honestly, my first thought was I would love to make one for every one of my subs that have a relationship with me, that leave comments, and I know who, I recognize their name. I know who they are. I would love to make one and send to every one of you. There is no way in heck I could afford to do that. So I'm not going to be able to give any away except to the lady who gave me the sewing machine. I would make her as many as she wanted, but she sews, so she probably doesn't want one that I made. But anyway, if I get to the point where I've made them for all my family that I want to, and I want to continue making them, I might do an Etsy shop and sell them. I looked at the Etsy shop. They range from $5 to $10. Some were $7, some were $5, some were $10. I don't know that I'll ever do that, but anyway, if I decide to make some to sell, I will tell you. I would just love to be able to send every one of you a cozy. I really would, but I can't afford that. So anyway, I got my Social Security on Wednesday. Joann's has cotton fabric on sale, so I'm going to try to get there tomorrow. I wanted to order online and pick it up like you pick up and order groceries, but if you do that, you have to buy a minimum of 2 yards of each piece of fabric. And I don't want that much fabric of the same print. I want some variety. And I had told my grandson and granddaughter that they could go pick out a child-looking fabric. I don't know if I'm going to take them or not. This COVID thing, it worries me. We have a lot of cases, and anyway, I'm going to shut this off now. If you need something good to read, start with a Miss Julia Speaks Her Mind book, or Fannie Flagg has numerous books that she wrote. So, good Southern humor. Bye-bye. This is all, folks. See ya.